Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. We are still grinding. I will be grinding all day, but I'm just gonna show you a little bit of it. Just a sampling of the vast amount of Hearthstone playing I have been doing in the month of April, and will continue doing in the month of April until I have 2100 gold. So, last episode we played as the priest since it overlapped right here between these two quests. I've been curating quests to get as much gold as possible. So instead of 40, 40, 40 for 120, it's 60, 120, 180 gold. So we played as the priest, got 3 wins, which was pretty good. Today we're going to play as the Druid and Rogue. Might as well. Let's see. Or Rogue and Druid. I think I'll start Rogue and Druid. I got as high as rank 17 too, playing. I got on this real lucky streak of just running into a lot of people who I could beat with my Murlocs deck. My Murlocs deck has been doing very, very good for me. It has gotten my Paladin up to level 41, I believe, at the moment. We'll check that next time we're at this screen. And it
versus Jaina.
possibly could get it close, if not all the way to the
back.
max level of 60 by the end of the month. Because I'm going to just, once the quests are out of the way, once I know the Paladin won't mess with any of the quests for these episodes, I'm going to go back and play as him. And by doing that, I am leveling him up. And once I get him to max level, that will be great. I will rebuild his deck to be a standard Paladin deck, and I will give the Murloc deck to the next lowest character and start playing on that. And that will definitely work towards the thought that
you shall not pass.
By the end of this year I might have all my characters at max level. But I really don't buy into that, because unless they just find some other reasons to force me to play as much Hearthstone as I have been in the month of April, I am definitely not going to be playing as much Hearthstone. And I am not particularly the happiest with as much Hearthstone as I am playing. It's just not what I wanted to really be doing with my time at the moment. I would much rather be recording other games. I mean, I don't want to come off and say that I'm disliking Hearthstone or anything, but I'd like to be doing some other series. I'd like to be working on uploading videos and setting them and scheduling them, which I'm behind on. I would like to do a little bit of
You shall not pass.
Here we go.
Work on my Minecraft server. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So that, I mean, there's just a lot of things that I prefer to do instead of playing Hearthstone all day. And if they really did find ways to force me to play Hearthstone as much as I am in this month, that's not. That might just very much encourage me not to.
Here we go.
To not play Hearthstone at all, which I probably wouldn't do. I wouldn't probably just quit Hearthstone, but I might just say, you know what, forget it.
Magic detected.
Also, if the money starts coming in from YouTube, and I can afford it with a lot better, I would have made the decision just to pay for BlackRock versus all the time. Even a minimum wage argument, if $7.25 or whatever there, does not come anywhere close to the amount of time I have spent playing. I've already spent, I'd say, at least 20 hours, if not 40 hours playing
Thailand lover.
Hearthstone more than I would have
Here
because
we
of the
go.
Blackhawk Mountain expansion. So it was only $26 to buy it. That's one of the calculations that, as an adult, you have to remember and start saying, well, is it worth my time to do these things? Now, of course, that can all get thrown out the window if you enjoy doing these things. That's just, I don't enjoy doing Hearthstone that much. Alright.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Well played.
Yeah, I've lost. Wow. Lost real early and real fast. I can't figure out a way to turn off the pop-ups or the noise on friends. So, while I would initially label it as an annoyance, I'm going to call it an extra benefit of friending me. And you'll have to decide whether you want to take it that way or not. Because every time you're online and I'm online, it's going to pop up your name and say you're online. Which is cool, I suppose. I don't think it tells the numbers or anything.
Malfurion versus Anduin.
So I don't think it's going to,
Light shall bring
from
victory.
that screen
I must
at least.
protect the wild.
Let's just look. Yeah, here it tells all the numbers, so there you could definitely send friend requests to those people, but I would recommend people not do that because you'll probably not get accepted. But from here it's not telling the numbers, so that it will say your name but not your number. When I click on this, it will say your number, so you might get some things. Which, thanks for friending me, and I understand if that's not something you want in your life, and if you didn't friend me. It does become this very strange thing as I grow as a YouTube celebrity, quote unquote. It does become this strange thing where people may just not want to be your friend on this system because they don't want to get hundreds of thousands of friend requests from random people, which is understandable. But it's pretty much up to everybody whether or not how they want to curate their own thing. I put that on the wrong side. I can't believe that. That was totally wrong. If I put them on the other side, oh well. Deal 1 damage and draw a card. I might be able to use this. Is that Wrath or Wraith? Well, it's spelled W-R-A-T-H. I guess it would be Wrath.
That's not a valid target.
Let's kill this guy. So now if this guy attacks, I can kill him in the next turn. Or I could, at least. totally the wrong move. Probably should have hit that guy.
For the wild.
It's just gonna come back.
Job's done.
Alright, lucked out there. Lucked out. Don't make the same mistake I just made. That's what I need to do. I've totally forgotten what I was talking about. It's one of those days, one of those forgettable days. 2 damage to all enemies. Let's do that. And end the turn. I don't feel like I'm doing very well. Rogue and Druid. Neither one are on my A team, I would say, as far as good decks. I think it's definitely a good idea to rebuild our decks after Blackrock Mountain. I think that will be definitely a smart move. We can take advantage of that. The few new cards we do get. And,
Job's done.
create a system. Get some better, get a slightly better decks. I was disconnected, reconnected. Didn't seem like much was changed there. One of the things that I keep forgetting to do is I'll have videos running in the background and forget to pause them or stop them before I'm playing online. Now my internet is fast enough so that that's not an immediate situation that will just destroy a connection, but it can on certain peak times be cause a noticeable effect, which is a little bit odd because
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Because I can have like 3 videos streaming in my house at the same time from other services.
Minions,
And it doesn't seem like they
soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
This is no good.
Consider.
Give a minion +4 attack or +4 health and taunt. Let's see.
Pray for mercy.
+4 attack. This one. This one.
For the wild.
Job's done. Then end the turn. Okay, so this is not gonna work at all. Oh, we've stalemated. We've potentially stalemated here.
In the light's name.
This is interesting. Unless I can get the owl and silence his Kel'Thuzad, we're gonna run out of cards. This is a very interesting situation. But he's got more characters. So he's gonna win. Let's see.
Where shall I strike?
Definitely want charge.
Pray.
What you do? This.
Not quite what was planned.
So now that I got rid of that one taunt, I can pull this off.
I must.
So, what are we at? If I give this, well, he just did it. Oh man. Can they kill Kelvin? Yes, they can. I think that's it for me.
In the light's name.
It was just beaten pipe. Stronger cards. Let's see. Let's try this. Why not? Attack this for what it's worth. Attack this
For the wild.
for what it's worth.
Well played.
None of that really matters. Insert. Pit Lord. 5 damage to your healer. No good. No good. Restart Hearthstone to continue. Second time this has happened. Let me go ahead and pause that video that I know is running. At least I managed to turn off the mute the volume. But both are pretty unexcusable mistakes. New mistakes, really. Fortunately, I know I'm at least pretty certain that Hearthstone doesn't get screwed up when it crashes like that. Loses connection. It's not really crashing. It's just that's kind of more of a network crash than a reality crash. Come on, next game. Let's get this through.
Valera versus Rex.
I don't even know why I'm rushing.
Let's
I'm gonna be playing Hearthstone all day.
You're back.
There's literally nothing could happen that isn't gonna just have me playing Hearthstone all day. Unless I somehow run into some major gold somehow.
I smell blood.
I would definitely like to get back to arena runs. I enjoyed arena runs, and I miss them. So, what's my point on arena runs? We need to get 3,500 gold before I can do another arena run. But I don't know if I'm going to particularly be too stringent on that rule. I might say let's get up to
You shall not. You shall
1,600 gold and then do arena runs. I don't know. I just don't really know. Obviously, sticking around 1,000 is not the right number. Let's see.
My shield
Gonna
for
go ahead
Argus.
and give that guy.
Payback time.
Yep. Give your opponent a mana crystal. Arcane Golem.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Interesting.
Into the breach.
Kill this guy.
Here we go.
Smash his face. So I recently tried something new, and something I want to continue with, but here's the silliness on it. It really didn't get that many views. It only got like 18 views, but I came out with a Happy Easter message on Easter Day. That was a single custom-made logo that just said Happy Easter, and then using YouTube's creator photo slideshow ability, I took that one thing, was able to put some transitions of it so I could transition from the same photo back and forth. So two copies of the same photo, and put a little heart transition. Now you can only use one transition in this whole YouTube thing, which is a little strange.
Soldiers of the cold, obey the cold.
And then I put it to the back of some of the music that's available to YouTube people that is ad-free, some of which is monetized in favor of the music creators, some of which allows for monetization on my part. And so I was able to put some side ads, no ads at the beginning or no ads overlaying, but just some ads on the side of the web page that would potentially, if a lot of people watched it, might get me a few pennies or something. But mostly this was just a thing to say Happy Easter and do that. So I'm gonna try and do that for a lot of the major event holidays. I doubt I will get into really specific days or days that only happen in like one city. If it's your city's cherry pie day, I doubt I would bother to do that. It is work on my volunteer artist, who is very busy, far too busy for him to make an extra image every single day just because. Let's see. Let's hit
For master.
this guy. Hit this guy. This guy. Charge.
Pray.
Charge. Charge. I was hoping for a full Thaddeus here, but I'm not gonna even get to that. I always hope when you can get Kel'Thuzul and Fukin out. So 5 damage right there he can do if he can do 2 more. Yeah, he may have won. Yep. He won. No fun. No fun at all. Not doing great, are we? We are just not doing great. Didn't expect I was gonna get all these quests done. Mostly I'm just recording episodes to keep up with the pace of my other series. as far as Hearthstone. Hearthstone is definitely the trailer. It's not the leader. It is the back of the bus as far as the number of episodes. Because when I play any other game, I am playing in more of a marathon session than what would be smart or useful, in my opinion, to do on Hearthstone. And so I have games that I have maybe 20 episodes of other series, but I have to wait till I have a Hearthstone episode so I can upload them in a nice order on YouTube. That way I don't have like 20 episodes of one series and then I have to go 5-10 pages back to find the latest Hearthstone and make sure that they're all getting released on the same day. So I do one Hearthstone, one of my other series, and one of my third series, or one of my fourth series, as it is going now, and have them all in a loop. That way you can see that they'll all be close together when they're released. And that works somewhat well, although I still, in my upload things, have some pages that just as, here's that entire game, it's ready to go, it's scheduled. And I imagine I will eventually stop doing that. Maybe I won't stop doing it though, because it might make
Job's done.
for a good marker, a good point to say, you know what? After this point, you don't have to go any further back because you know all of those videos have been taken care of. There's no way to move things around or sort by release date, as far as I can tell. It's missing a lot of features that would be nice. But it kinda reeks. It's not terrible, but it kinda smells like the type of software you would use in a job where every year you would be using the same old program, and they wouldn't put features in because they don't want to have to retrain the employees to learn the new features, and then the people that are actually making the software have really no motivation to add features because they're getting paid an annual license no matter what. So after 10, 20, 30 years of this, you've got this really old looking, very featureless by today's standard software that looks like it was made for Windows 3.1 because it was, and you'll often see that.
The spirits be restless.
Oh, great example of that. Go look at like a grocery store and look at what they're using. It's just this old crazy thing. Let's see. If you have a beast, but I don't have a beast.
Snake.
This guy out.
It has to be snake.
A 6/7 now. That was a pretty good move. I haven't seen this card. This must be one of the new ones or a legendary. I don't even know if the collection shows me legendaries I haven't seen before. That might be the case. I bet this is a new card. Vol'jin. Swap health with another minion.
What to do?
My shield for Argon.
Alright, well, that'll at least bring this. Give me a chance here. Give me a little bit of a chance. But I've been testing out the YouTube cards thing, and so far, it seems like it just does not work. It doesn't feel like that. The cards, let me just explain what they are. So there's a little circle with an eye in a lot of videos, and at certain times during the video, it will spring out a text bar that says something like suggested. For me, it will say like suggested Hearthstone, or it will say something like support Rydo, or something like that. And you can click on those, and when you click on the eye or the bar, it brings a little sidebar overlay up, and this works on YouTube apps on cell phones too, which regular annotations, which I'll compare that to, do not work on YouTube annotations at all. Oh, restored health to a bunch of things. Drew a bunch of cards because of that. Let's see.
Into the breach!
So it brings up this floating sidebar. Sorry, I got a little distracted with actually playing the game.
wilds.
And because on the sidebar are these cards, which is why it's called cards, that you can have a maximum of 5 of them on any video, which is way too low if they're supposed to replace annotations. And you can click on those, and if it says like suggested Hearthstone is a suggested video or playlist, you can click there and it would go to a playlist. Or support Rydo is fan funding, so you can click there to donate. And those in themselves, getting it on the YouTube apps on cell phones is great. I love that, but it just doesn't so far. It's only been a short time. It doesn't feel like people click on those. It doesn't feel like they are an improvement for a YouTube creator. Now I imagine in a lot of ways they might be considered an improvement by viewers, because there are definitely, and there's no arguing it, people who go crazy with the annotations. If you've seen it, it's like pop-up box here, pop-up box here, pop-up box here, pop-up box here, pop-up box here. But, and then you have to click close, close, close to actually see the video. And that kind of stinks. And I'll fully admit that. The only annotation I'm doing right now is I'm trying to put a subscribe box, something right at the beginning that says subscribe now, click there. But once I get the outro, one of the annotations is an invisible box, which is the only way the outro works at all. And I've seen no indication or talk on how the cards, which are planned to replace annotations, are going to handle that. If they are going to allow, I would love if YouTube had a feature where it's just like, allow us to help you make the outro, because everybody makes the outro just about the same. You've seen it on lots of videos. It's like, hey, click on this video here to see this type of videos. Click on this video to see this type of videos. Click this button up here to subscribe. Click here to go to our social links. And you get all of the wrap up I do at the end of videos on that outro. Now, if YouTube wants to help us create that, if YouTube wants to set, and I've suggested this directly to YouTube, I said, look, if you know that somebody's in a playlist and they're gonna go, their next video is just gonna be to me, let's turn off the outro. We don't need to irritate people if they're just gonna go watch our video let's have it so the outro comes on automatically as a embedded secondary video, if and only if you know they're leaving my channel, and that would be great. So if there's there's an autoplay that will just send you to suggested videos. So if you're watching one YouTube video, you'll go to another channel. That's where I want the outro to come on. It's like, hey, I know for a fact you're walking out the door. Can I convince you to stay a little bit longer? Can I do my best for that? Can I show you these great offerings? Try to be a pushy salesman, as it were. But if if somebody's in my playlists, if somebody already knows that if YouTube already knows that they're gonna stay and they're planning on watching
Here we go.
another one of my videos, by all means, let's turn off that outro. And if you help me make the outro, that is great. Composing is 100 different outros, so that one video is here and then another video is here, and then you have to do it again for a different video here and a different video here. That's a lot of work. A lot of work I would prefer to not have to do if I can get away with it. Let's see. So yeah, that sounds like a great idea. If they would automatically put those videos in there, if they can get in their cards a outro card that everybody gets. Now the 5 cards, I can kind of see what they're going with there, what they're saying.
Shield for
is that they just don't want people to do the wrong of having pop-up annotations. And I can see them getting rid of text annotations altogether, like my subscribe now thing. That's fine if that wants to go away. Eventually I'll get a watermark logo. It will be over here until they move it again. It used to be up here where the cards are now. It'll be around here now. If that by default said subscribe now on the watermark, and you click there and subscribe, that'd be great. But I don't think that it does. I've seen people trick it so it looks like it's doing it. And the way they do it is they have in their video it come out and say subscribe now, and then they put a invisible annotation box there. But the invisible annotation box is the thing that needs to stay. I mean, I cannot have it. I cannot agree with it going away. Deal 1 damage.
to the breach.
Here we go.
As far as the invisible annotations, there's only really 2 technically. In my mind, there's only 2 types of annotations. There's the invisible blocks, which are very useful, and then there are the visible ones that aren't. And the visible ones are very similar. You can have a block of text, you can have a block of a speech bubble, which means it's a rectangle with rounded edge and a little triangle, and you can have
Here we go.
like invisible text, so it either has a background or it doesn't.
Job's done.
But that's it. It's just text or invisible. You can't do pictures. That has never been a thing. Which, you know, that might help a little bit, but alright. It doesn't exist. I'm not going to complain about things that don't exist. Alright.
Here we go.
Smash this down.
done.
I think I might win this, but I doubt it. I am so pessimistic. This is our last
The
game.
Frost Wolves stand ready.
So-
Well played.
I would love to see the cards improve, and maybe at that point they'll do something, but right now it doesn't work. Plus we lose analytics on the cards, because when you do an annotation that says subscribe now or something, there is an X, and we can see how many people are bothering to click the X, or how many people are just waiting for it to go away. And unless somebody is specifically programming a subscribe now box to go the whole length, it has a stop time. By default it's only a few seconds. I do 30 seconds at the beginning, and so if you just ignore it for 30 seconds, it goes away. Sadly, it can't detect if you're subscribed or not, which is really silly. That's something that could be improved in the cards. It's like, click here to subscribe. Oh wait, you're already subscribed? Well, I won't bother showing you the subscribe thing. I'll show you something else special for the subscribers. But yeah, I can see who clicks the X, so that tells me at least slightly how annoying an annotation is. I can't see who saw the card and did nothing, because that's just everybody who saw the video, really. There's no X on it. It just slides in, says its thing, and slides back out. I can't see who clicks on the information and then clicks the X there on the sidebar. That's not a thing. I can't see if people are hovering over the videos, if that would help me any. That'd probably just be useless information, but yeah. I like to have the analytics. I like to have the information. I like to get as much feedback as possible. And one way you can give me some direct feedback, which is a lot louder than YouTube feedback, which is questionable at best, is to leave a comment. We're at the end of this episode, and as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me through fan funding, and please do, click on my name Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net so that your name would show up here, whether you want that to happen or not, that's up to you. All that information is down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.